Thanks for coming to the stream. If you guys haven't already, make sure to chuck us a follow here on Twitter and join our Discord. There's been some crazy stuff happening in the
Yo.
Discord lately.
Oh no, it's
We've
not that
we've
one.
been we've been really going hard and we've
Yo,
been having
yo.
some nice success. But for now, let's just I'll just cover over Ethereum, especially versus this one right here. So ETH,
My video's on.
as you can see, this
Uh,
previous weekly candle on Ethereum was completely an inside candle. An inside candle is where the
but you can't
high
hear me.
and the low of the previous week are not violated whatsoever in this. So it was completely engulfed inside last week's weekly range, which is from this low to this high right here. Um, as we mentioned last week, this FTX
Really happening?
1680 1679 high on the Binance chart
Not on the
has
stream.
not been taken out, whereas it has on
Fuck.
the
Alright,
Bybit
I'll
chart.
be back.
As you can see if I zoom in here, we have not traded above that one little line, and if we had, um, we would have a bullish bias. I mean a bearish bias. Sorry about that. We would have a bearish bias already, but I can't. I can't. Every time I look at this chart, I simply can't forget about these. It's too perfect to have not traded above it, and it's just simply inducing shorts under this high, in my opinion, because as you can see, we have 1 day and also 3 day. So it's 1 day and 3 day are the same. This imbalance gap here between this high and the low of this wick. So there is a logical drawn liquidity above this swing high, which means, in my opinion, especially on the Ethereum chart, the top is not in. So in saying that, what does that mean? Um, that means that what a situation we are looking for over the next week. Obviously, all news events considered. We'll be going over that later on in the stream, going over the news. But for now, just simply the chart. I'm expecting something. Maybe it's either we like slow grind up, take out the high, displace, market structure shift, and then we go down. Or if not that, I'm expecting us to trade into this daily FVG, and then we can see a real move up. Because I'm not sure if you guys can see, but on the daily chart, which is where you should be looking at every single day before you hop on, just making sure we're working, where you should be looking at every single day when you get on the charts, you should first begin your analysis on the daily um, and establish your daily bias. So where is the next daily candle likely to expand? Is it likely to go higher or is it likely to go lower? That should frame the context of all of your trades on lower time frames. Beginning with, at the beginning of the week, the weekly candle, where is it likely to expand, higher or lower? And then the daily candle, where is it likely to expand, higher or lower? Once you've got that in place, then you need to start framing your narrative, which is if you think, if your bias is bullish, like mine, until this high gets taken out, why should it go there? So then we can then logically begin to think that the amount of everybody who sells short here throughout this entire range from orders up here, their stop losses are right above this high. As well as anybody who sold short here in this range that we've been having here, their stop loss is right above this high. So automatically that is a big red flag for anyone who's short because there is a significant amount of buy orders here in the form of buy side liquidity above these highs, and there's this imbalance here that has not been traded fully fulfilled. So that's basically what we're looking at for bias for next week. In terms of the weekly candle, an inside candle likely we don't. It's not likely that we get another inside candle for 2 weeks in a row,
Yo.
especially with the amount of volatility
Can't hear me
slash
on stream.
news that we have upcoming. So if you guys are unsure.
You can hear me now?
The main news events of the next week are non-farm payrolls on Friday, which is always a massive event that gets plenty of traders wrecked. And the day before, on Thursday, we've got uh, FOMC, the interest rate decision. So, as you guys know, or as you guys don't know, the markets are pricing in a 25 basis point rate hike, um, in alignment with like the lowering CPI, um, the the rate hikes from last month coming in better as well. So obviously anything 25 or lower is going to be extremely bullish for the market, and especially like the stocks and euro dollar, um, euro stocks, euro dollar, crypto, gold, everything's gonna pump on the news of 25 or lower. Um, Actually, for 25, it's up to like how you want to see it. Technically, it is being priced in, so we might not see as much upside, or like a fake out to the upside and then just continue in a range. But these are all scenarios you have to be aware of if you're intending on trading on news days, which we highly do not recommend. Um, as you guys know, or as you guys don't know, I keep saying that. After the Wednesday London session, on any non-farm payroll week, we are sidelined, completely sidelined from trades. It's simply not worth going in the market and giving back any of the gains you've gotten from the last week for no reason. There's unlike and many other people or who are like streamers or like on crypto Twitter, we're not here to assist you in giving your money back to the market. We're here to help you. Number one, the number one goal for all of this is preserving capital, and then obviously secondary to that is making money from trades. So preserving capital is going to be very important. If you guys saw last stream, I was keeping my eyes open for like a third drive scenario of similar to this price action where we get the first, second, and third. We still have not gotten that third drive, so it is something I'm keeping my mind open to. But obviously, history rhymes, but it never fully repeats. That's why you can see we've got a bit more chop here after this green candle, as opposed to just simply copying this fractal word for word, bar for bar. But
Ja, sehr.
that's pretty much a good idea of what we're looking at on ETH. I believe we see up and then down, um, to take out these highs and then trade lower, or possibly, depending on the news, we could see higher. But seeing higher on Ethereum is still not going to be invalidating this massive smart money tool divergence on. I've been talking about this, but if you guys know how valuable this tool is, it's honestly one of the best confluences you could possibly have. Oh, so I'll just recap over for those of you who have not seen last week's stream, but this never mind this FTX high because that's being traded through on Bitcoin. This September, I believe it was a CPI pump and then dump. This has been taken out on Bitcoin, and it's rather close to the 25k swing high. Whereas on ETH, if you can see, the FTX high hasn't even been traded through, but it would need to trade over 1,789 in order to invalidate this. And if ETH goes up to there, it's likely BTC takes out 25k, which means ETH is going to probably have to trade above 2k again in order to invalidate this. Which means what this means is it's like real time. It's no indicators needed. You can see a divergence simply from price. I'm not sure if you guys know, but we don't trade with any indicators. Simply looking at price. So this is telling you that this is a stop hunt on Bitcoin, and ETH is so weak that it can't even stop hunt. So it's real power of three accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and it shows that like shorts are being accumulated on ETH because of how weak it is
Ja,
relative to
sehr.
Bitcoin. You do this for correlated pairs. So for example, you can do it for euro dollar and Dixie. You can do it for um, ES and Nasdaq, and then the one for crypto is ETH slash BTC. So yeah, Bitcoin quickly touching on this. Um, Weekly bias for Bitcoin is likely. I don't know. Bitcoin looks more toppy. Bitcoin does look a lot more toppy than ETH. Like it could, like it might not even have that leg up. But we are in this weekly bearish order block right here. Um, this 50% line is mean threshold, which is 50% of the order block. And if you guys see, very similar to what I was talking about last week, because we haven't really done much since then. But this 3-day FVG has been fully fulfilled. On stream.
Sweet, sweet. All right, so we're in the daily chart here for BTC. Starting from January, we have had this massive pump up. And look, we're just trying to figure out our bias right now. We can see that the Bitcoin price did trade right into this FEG up here, this imbalance with the blue lines. That's the only one there, and it just wicked there. And it actually went a bit higher. And so I'll zoom out on the weekly chart just to get that for you. That dotted line here, pay attention to that one. And all right, so as you can see, it just wicked this dotted line. Now, what's this dotted line? It's actually the fib of this order block. So high to low, this is 50%, or what me and Gene call the mean threshold. So the mean threshold of this weekly order block was tagged, as you can see. And now all the upside targets have been reached, and we do expect some sort of pullback and forming our bearish bias for the next coming week. So basically what we're looking at is, I'll go back on the daily, and we can see these equal lows here. You guys know how we like our equal lows. SSL, that's sell side liquidity. Okay, so we're looking for a run of that before any move higher. We have seen it into the FEG and mean threshold of the order block. So we are expecting somewhat of a move down for these before it can go any higher.
Yeah.
So just coming into the next week, we're looking for some downside. Obviously, it's a Sunday in Australia for us, so we're flat for the weekend, and we'll be able to get a better picture as soon as Monday trading's open.
I don't even know, because as you can see, like, how indecisive are those candles, like, and we've got all the news coming up this week. It's pretty hard. It's pretty tough to get a read on this stuff now. But like, honestly, being sidelined, like, to be like, at the end of the day, as much as people don't want to hear it, like, people always want to get in, trade, make money, win Lambo, you know what I mean? But like, it's time to be sidelined now.
Yeah, and like I said, come Monday's trading, we'll get a better picture of like what kind of liquidity targets there are. Hopefully, there's some better candles forming, because right now it's just like, what is that? It's just choppy, man. So,
Yeah, it's absolute chop.
yeah, but yeah, that's about Bitcoin for it. There's just this order block down here, that if it does decide to take these out, it's either from this FEG to the order block where we could see a reversal. So
Yeah, that order block lines up nicely with the 21,500 previous high, the FTX one.
yeah,
So it's pretty
this one
good.
here, this one here.
Yeah. Um, I believe that's good for the charts. Should we go over some of the news now, or we'll go over some of the Discord? We'll recap some of the stuff that's happened in the Discord.
Yep, I'll stop sharing.
Yeah. I'll hop mine on. There we go. All right. So, I'm not sure if any of you guys haven't joined our Discord. Highly recommend joining. It's You guys can. Oh, also highly recommend reading this Medium article. If you guys are kind of confused about what we are, like, what is our plans, what is our project, this Medium article recaps it very well. We've also got the information of like what is VIPs, how to whitelist, simple steps that you guys can do in order to increase your chances of whitelist. Um, you can see our roadmap here, which is, in our opinion, very, 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 very beneficial to our holders. And there's a lot in here that we couldn't even write because we don't want to promise too much. But it's gonna be, here's some VIPs, one of one right here. But basically, I'm not sure if you guys know, but we began a challenge of $500 to $2,000 in the Discord, and that's mainly what we're focusing on for now. Well, we're risking $50 each trade. So here's a little recap. There was one $15 0.3 hour loss, and then yesterday we had this set up. Oh my goodness. Let's just go through this channel for a second. So 7:43 p.m. my time. This is what Ethereum looks like. We had a high impact news driver in the form of PCE, Purchasing Consumer Expenditure, at 8:30 a.m. EST. So we were simply looking for accumulation during the London session, some sort of manipulative run lower into these key levels down here during the New York session upon the news, and then the distribution to the upside. Then what I actually did last for this call is I walked through everyone live. So the news came out. Um, we saw the rundown that we were expecting, and then the displacing move higher with this fair value gap created. So I said I was buying that, gave the position size for $50 risk. Then we bought this, so orders were here, and then we saw a run lower. So I was then about talking about how this order block should be respected with candle closes, and then it should take off. Then um, I adjusted my stop loss to down here because I was confident in this being the bottom of the day, the low of the day, as I tweeted on my personal Twitter account. Um, and then this is another update that I gave of what I expect the price to do before we see a move up. So our entries were somewhere in here, but I was expecting these two lows to get ran, this breaker block to hold, I mean this bullish order block to hold, and that to be the low of the day. So um, another this was like extremely valuable because I was calling it live as it happens, as the price happens on the 1 minute chart, what it should do, what it shouldn't do, when it should do this, why it should do this. So for example, once we saw these lows ran, I mean, it kind of like chopped around a bit and consolidated before running this low right here. So I was like, if all of these lows aren't going to be ran, you'd expect this fair value gap to hold. It didn't, and then I was like, I want it to reverse now. And if it gets stopped, I want to long. If it gets stopped, I want to long again. I actually added in 9:30 equities open is here, and this was literally like the algos turning on. I can't explain to you how clean this was. It held my bullish order block so nicely. We saw some. This is institutional order flow. These candles. And then I said I wanted to see this high get taken out ASAP. Um, Boom, got taken out right there. The down close candles are supporting the upwards price action. Oh, what? I'm not sure how I opened TradingView there, but um, then I was highlighting these two fair value gaps that it made, and it did not actually come to either of those. I had a limit order in there, but it did not actually come to either of those. And then this is the updated chart of what that power of three accumulation, manipulation, distribution looks like. That was I was in the middle of the trade. And then on retrace, I told everyone I was buying more here. Um, this is the update of that drawing that I said of these two lows getting swept and then move higher, but not this one here. So as you can see, that played out pretty much to perfection. I said I bought more, 1575 average entry, and then this is the last update I have for you guys. So this is where I bought more, 1575 average entry, and this was the target, 1622. 1621 actually was the target I gave here for partial. It got tagged on the Bybit chart, but not on the Binance one. And unfortunately, the 16491 did not get hit, and in hindsight, as I say in this recap, it was a bit unreasonable for the New York PM session to deliver that much. So I just ended the trade on plus 1.13R because when I woke up, it was uh it was only 1.13 out, but the guys in the Discord, as you can see here, they got all of our whitelisted members got a lot more profits than us because than myself because they actually exited at the right time. If you guys see another one there, another one there, another one there, another one there, there. Too many, too many. But that's an example of our challenge, how we approach the challenge, how we actually like give you guys everything you need to know in live time. And then another one of the setups I wanted to go over from the Discord is this APT one. Unfortunately, this triggered I believe it was 12 p.m. Saturday our time, so I was less inclined to take the trade on the weekend, so I didn't actually take the setup. But I know a few guys in the Discord did. This was the chart given pre. This was even pre the news the night before. Expecting some sort of price action like this, with these two highs to get rated and this to be your DCA zone. Previous day value area high. And the optimal trade entry 0.62 fib with your stop loss above the candle that made the FEG, targeting these highs, and then this was fully filling the R1 FEG, this other low here. So as you can see, took a while to get to the point of interest, but if I actually show you the chart live, I believe I might have taken off the drawings, or did I leave them there? Yeah, they're gone. Okay, here. This is it. I'm not sure if you guys can see clearly, but that wicked about maybe exactly 50% of this point of interest. So decent amount of time to get all your orders in, and then just an exaggerated move of this price action. So we get the low violation, we get your low risk sell on the retest of that, and then you get your next leg of distribution, and boom, TP hit, just like that. Um, I believe there was one more setup I wanted to go over. Oh yeah, it was this. Yeah, this was the GBP USD. For those of you who trade Forex, I was expecting sells throughout here, stop loss above there, midnight opening price. Um, and then it took a while to get there, but this is another chart of another power of three, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and then this was the chart after. But unfortunately, I myself didn't get to take this one because it was while we were in the middle of a lecture, I believe. So not exactly the best time to be trading because you do need to be focused on this stuff and monitoring the trade, especially when you're trading the five. But yeah, this is another one of our successful calls from the past week. Um, we actually are beginning our macroeconomic education as well this week. So there's a lot of stuff as we've got like FOMC and NFP. So there's a lot of stuff to go like happening in the Discord. If you're not there yet, I would highly recommend checking it out. There's honestly such a nice community and a lot of alpha. Um, Now, do you want to take over while we go over the news, Rory?
Yeah. Just a
Oh, I can't
second.
hear you again. Yeah, couldn't hear you that whole time.
Can you hear me now?
Hmm. Um, can you
Yo.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, no.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
What?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, there we go. Now,
Yo,
okay,
yo.
okay. Yeah, now I can hear
Sweet.
you.
Yeah. So, okay. Did you want me
Let's just
to?
get get you going on. One sec before I get off. There's a question
Yeah.
about how we can get access to the full Discord. So if you guys join in, join up, you'll be able to see the public channels, and then, as you guys know, we are an NFT project, and unlike every single other one you encounter. I can guarantee you, in our opinion especially, there's no one providing this much value to their whitelist members pre-mint than us. So there's a few. If you go to the Discord, you'll be able to see the how to whitelist channel. Um, these are the few steps that you can do. Simply, because we're at like the beginning stages of our growth and expanding, there's like we have a lot of active whitelist members, but in terms of the public section of the Discord, there aren't that many active people. So just simply being active in like the community chats channel, the public chat channel is probably one of your best ways of getting whitelist. You can use one of these VIPs as your profile picture. You can sign up to one of the exchanges with our link, invite some friends to the server, boosting the server, being active on our social medias. We know we pay attention to all of this. It's a very simple method. You don't have to do all of these, but the more you do, the more your chances of getting a whitelist are. But you guys are lucky to have caught us at the beginning of our um, journey to expand outwards into and reach more people. So um, there's this how to whitelist channel. That's what gets you the VIP role, and then with the VIP role, you can then see all of these channels, including the macroeconomic education, which begins soon. So yeah, I'll just put my screen off now, and then share your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Sweet. So this is basically just a list of the upcoming news events, starting Wednesday this week. So we got Monday and Tuesday to try and find some setups. But usually this second half of the week will be volatile just because of these news announcements. A lot of people advise not to trade during this, but hey, if there's a setup, there's a setup. It will be taken in the Discord. So
We might be
yeah,
degening them.
yeah, man. Yeah, you never know. So, yeah, basically, I'll just have a quick read through these. We've got the central bankers' consumer confidence, the European CPIs. Most importantly, we do have it is FOMC week. FOMC is basically where the Fed meets to discuss monetary policy. And a lot of traders watch this because any changes in the existing monetary policy will create market moving events. So that's where
Heavily.
the volatility is, and that's what we like too. That's the big moves, and that's what we hop on. So yeah, hey, join the Discord,
Yeah.
and we might have a setup for you. So
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
but
we're meant to be sidelined from like after London session on the Wednesday, but in fact, many people don't realize that on these news days you actually get the best setups versus like on a normal day. So if
yeah,
we see something, we might let you guys know. You never know.
yeah, and that ties in well with our macro education. We will be, I believe, we'll be starting with FOMC, right, Zia?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so we'll describe basically what FOMC is, what does it measure, and its impact on the market, just for ease. And so when we announce FOMC week, our community knows what to expect, and we'll be guiding you through as well. It's
Yeah.
just the easiest process, getting you guys up to date with the knowledge we do, and yeah, we can keep the tight knit community we have. So
Yeah, so we'll have like a detailed post on like the event and all of the we won't tease too much about what we're gonna say, but like all of the associated stuff for what you would need to know about that event, and then we'll have a weekly calendar every week in the Discord. So every time we say like for example, if like the Bank of Japan is raising interest rates or there's their Fed's meeting, then you can just go to the education channel and find the analysis for that particular event, and then there won't be any more confusion when in terms of like the PPI for Europe is coming out tomorrow. How is that gonna affect my 5 minute APT short?
yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, I believe we've run through the news, run through the charts we wanted. Do we want to wrap up?
Yeah, we've been going for a while this time. It's hard to
Yeah.
keep. It's sorry about all the delays once again. It's hard to keep like the stream short, but we just hop on and talk to you guys. But thanks for watching, everyone. Anything else, Roy?
No. You guys know where to find us on our Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter,
Um,
YouTube.
yeah,
I believe there's gonna have to be some editing done. We'll
yeah,
edit out some of the um some of the
The admin.
yeah, the admin from the stream, and then we'll upload a video to YouTube. So make sure you guys head over to the YouTube, which is right there on the overlay. You can see our Twitter and our YouTube and our Twitch is all the same. The Linesman TA. Yeah, should be good.
Yeah.
Um, Thanks guys for watching. Till next time.
See you later, guys.
See ya, boys.